All right, welcome everyone to Life Changing Wellness. I thank you for tuning in today. We are live every day at 12 noon Central Standard Time on Twitter or Periscope, and be sure to follow us here on Twitter at Dr. Ward Bond TV, or you can watch the replay on youtube.com/Dr. Bond as well. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Herbal Ultra, the makers of Paractin and Bergamonte, and many other ailment-specific products. So go to herbalultra.com and call them at 1-800-200-4180 and mention Dr. Bond and receive a discount on your whole order. Also today, we're talking about part 2 of hormonal health, women hormonal health issues. I'm covering menstrual problems, polycystic ovarian syndrome, hysterectomies, fibrocystic breast disease, ovarian and uterine fibroids. And don't worry about trying to remember all of what I'm talking about today. It'll be available on my website after the show. But I do want you to listen, as I'm going to give you some information not on my website. So let's start off with menstrual difficulties, heavy periods, no periods, PMS, spotting. And again, I'm also going to cover polycystic ovarian syndrome today as well. So with any type of hormonal problems that you are experiencing with your menstrual cycle, always see your doctor, your OBGYN, for a proper diagnosis as to what your problem could be. Now let's talk about heavy periods. Over 10 million American women suffer with having heavy menstrual bleeding on a monthly basis. The bleeding starts on schedule. It's usually heavier than usual and may last longer than usual, so you want to get yourself checked out from your doctor. Possible causes: hypothyroidism. This is very, very common. Endometriosis, endometriitis. Some cases it could be cancer. This is why you need to see your OBGYN if it happens all the time. I understand that some of you ladies out there tell me that your menstrual difficulties are not every month, except maybe cases of PMS, but heavy bleeding could be every now and then. But if it happens on a regular basis, be sure to talk with your doctor. Also, look into possible nutritional deficiencies, vitamin K deficiency, low iodine levels. Iodine is extremely important for your hormonal health. Iodine is also a cancer preventative. Iodine is not just for your thyroid. Iodine is also used to help reduce the incidence of breast cancer. Believe it or not, many cases of miscarriage can be linked to low iodine levels or hypothyroidism. So have that checked out. If you are a woman who is trying to conceive and you've had multiple miscarriages, check your thyroid health. Add iodine to your daily intake, because iodine is needed to prevent miscarriage, also to prevent breast cancer, and also is needed for your thyroid to function in a very healthy manner. Solutions. I'm going to mention this herb more than once. You can use this herb for multiple menstrual problems. Chase tree berry extract. The best known herb that they use in Europe, also great to use here in America. It's available at every natural health store for the treatment of hormonal imbalances and also abnormal bleeding in women. It has been used for the full scope of all menstrual disorders. Now, chase tree berry acts upon the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland with progesterone-like effects, increasing the luteinizing hormone and inhibiting the release of the FSH, resulting in a shift of the ratio of estrogen and progesterone. Chase tree berry extract, do not use during pregnancy. That is a warning on that herb. Do not use it during pregnancy. Another herb to use if you have heavy bleeding is ginger root. It's been shown to inhibit prostaglandin synthesis. The enzyme is believed to be related to the altered prostaglandin 2 ratio associated with excessive menstrual loss of blood. One of the best herbs if you're dealing with heavy bleeding on a monthly basis is shepherd's purse. And the action is not for hormonal use. It's actually an astringent herb to reduce the heavy bleeding. So if you're dealing with heavy bleeding, your doctor said everything's okay, it's just the way you are, then again, chase berry extract and also shepherd's purse, the herb, can help to reduce the bleeding and level out the hormones in your body. Look at using the Chinese herb dong quai. This is a tonic herb. It brings tone to the whole reproductive system. It's also an herb used during perimenopause and menopause. but in this case of heavy bleeding, definitely Dong Quai. Look into adding fish oil. I'm going to be mentioning fish oil with almost every single condition. Fish oil helps to reduce inflammation in the endocrine system. So you want to look at fish oil. Vitamin A, great for the immune system. A B complex every single day, 50 to 100 milligrams. Vitamin C, vitamin D. These are all very, very important. Also, the next menstrual problem is no periods or the absence of menstruation. Avoid smoking, avoid alcohol, excessive coffee drinking, black tea, stop drinking sodas, and even fried foods. Just those types of things can disrupt the menstrual cycle and have it become absent. Also, look at eating a protein-rich type of diet. Probably paleo or keto works in this area. Avoid all refined sugars. Now, for all you mothers out there with teenage daughters, think about this. Teenage female athletes. It's very common to have an absence of the menstrual cycle, and it's nothing to worry about. Once they leave athletics or stop competing, usually the menstrual cycle will get kicked back into gear. Now, for some, chasteberry actually helps to improve that condition. So, for any woman out there that has an absence of the menstrual cycle, look at taking chasteberry extract. Works with the pituitary gland and kicks the menstrual cycle into gear and works every time. I can tell you this, if you are lacking a menstrual cycle and you take chasteberry extract, sometimes within 24 to 48 hours, you can actually restart the menstrual cycle. It works that well. So just keep that in mind. Again, it's available over the counter in many natural health stores. You want to look at taking chromium picolinate to make sure that you are having perfect glucose metabolism. If you are showing signs of insulin resistance or you're edging towards full-blown type 2 diabetes, you will cause hormonal disruption with that. And it also could be a sign that you are overweight and you need to look at reducing the weight. Look at one of my past videos called Which Diet is Best for You. I explain all of the different diets in that video, and you will find one that works perfectly for you. Now, again, I mentioned fish oil. Fish oil is very important for all hormonal issues because it nourishes the hypothalamus, the gland in the brain. Now, the hypothalamus is a portion in the brain that contains a number of small nuclei with a variety of functions. One of the most important functions of the hypothalamus is to link the nervous system to the endocrine system via the pituitary gland. Also, the hypothalamus synthesizes and secretes certain neurohormones called releasing hormones and hypothalamic hormones, and this in turn stimulates or inhibits the secretion of hormones from the pituitary gland. So again, take fish oil. I highly recommend the highest quality, which is going to be Carlson Labs. Look at their elite fish oil, their omega product. You want to take this every single day. The dose should be around 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams of omega-3s every single day. Great for your hormonal system, great for the hypothalamus, as well as complete brain health. So think about that. PMS. Over 75% of women deal with PMS-related issues. Mood swings, irritability, depression, anxiety, fluid retention, bloating, breast tenderness, sugar cravings, headaches, sometimes in the form of migraines, even sleep disturbances. So what are the solutions to PMS? Well, PMS is a lot of cramping in that area. So what you want to look at is taking magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate. Take 800 to 1,000 milligrams a day. You can split up in the morning and in the evening to work that way. Calcium citrate, 600 milligrams a day minimum. Vitamin B6, again, just go ahead and get a B complex or a multivitamin that has at least a 50 to 100 milligram of all of your B vitamins, especially in this case, vitamin B6, because that is a catalyst for a lot of minerals and a lot of metabolic functions in the body. You also want to increase your folic acid intake. A lot of women get around 400, maybe 800 micrograms, but if you really want a healthy dose, because we're talking about hormones, you want to look at taking 3,200 micrograms of folic acid. It also helps to improve the the results of your your yearly Pap smear as well. So 3,200 micrograms of folic acid along with 1,000 micrograms of vitamin B12. Look at evening primrose oil. I have a lot of women tell me that they take evening primrose oil. They take around about 500 to 1,000 milligrams twice a day to help with PMS symptoms. Again, fish oil can help with PMS symptoms simply because fish oil, the omega-3s, are natural anti-inflammatories. And again, it's not just working to relieve cramps, but also works on the brain to work in the areas of relieving any type of side effects caused by the PMS. Taurine, this is an amino acid that has a relaxing property to it. Taurine's actual function in the human body is to move potassium and magnesium in and out of the heart muscle, and can also do that for all of your muscles, but taurine has a relaxing effect. So take about 500 milligrams at bedtime. I don't suggest taking taurine during the day because taurine can actually cause a little bit too much relaxation. So you don't want to be dozing off during the day on your job or anything like that. But definitely take taurine at night. Helps to calm the mind, relax the body, and can definitely help with PMS. Again, the herb of choice, chase tree berry extract. Again, this helps to balance out the hormones released by the pituitary gland that controls overall hormonal functions. They have found studies that of over 5,000 women have found chase tree berry very effective. So when you go to a natural health store, look at the back of the label and make sure that the extract ratio is at least 10-1 on the extract for chase tree berry to make sure you get a high quality version. Also, look at taking flaxseed oil or flaxseed oil capsules. Now, when you shop for these, what you want to do is you want to make sure that it says lignans on the label. That's Lignans. The lignans help to balance out hormone metabolism and block the negative effects of excess estrogens. And also, the lignans have been shown to reduce the risk for breast cancer. So there is a hormonal protection by taking flaxseed oil that contains the lignans, which is the fiber source of flaxseed. So you want to do that every single day. And not only that, flaxseed oil improves skin texture, brings moisture and natural oils to your skin to make it healthy and smooth and glowing. Can actually help to improve the texture of your hair, preventing dry hair. At the same time, brings shine back to your hair. And for some of you, if you're graying already, flaxseed oil has been shown to reverse gray hair in some people, not just women, but also men as well. I had a gentleman friend of mine who actually took flaxseed oil every single day, and he told me, he said, my gray hair was reversing and going back to my original hair color, and all my friends accused me of dyeing my hair. So I thought that was pretty funny. But no, it actually works. So take it every single day. It's just another form of omega-3, but works in different areas of the body than just fish oil, but you can take both if you would like. Another thing we need to do is improve our overall gut health, because gut health plays a role in hormonal health. The gut normalizes estrogen and hormonal metabolism. And I'll speak more on the gut health later on in today's program, but I want to go into a condition that's becoming extremely common. 8 to 12% of women in the U.S. are now suffering with polycystic ovarian syndrome, considered, again, to be very, very common. This is characterized by having menstrual dysfunction, too much testosterone and elevated levels of androgens in the body, and other metabolic complications. When it comes to polycystic ovarian syndrome, about 15, 20 years ago, many women were told by their doctor that, well, you have high testosterone levels, you're getting hair on your face, blah, blah, blah. They found out recently, just a few years ago, that polycystic ovarian syndrome is caused by type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. So if you are showing signs of insulin resistance, if you have hypothyroidism, if you are overweight, you need to lose that weight. You need to balance out your blood sugar levels, because this can actually reverse polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had 3 female clients who had PCOS who were told by their doctors they could not get pregnant. They all followed my protocol. they all were able to ovulate. They were all able to get pregnant, and they were able to celebrate Mother's Day. So yes, just because the doctor says you have polycystic ovarian syndrome and you'll never get pregnant, there's always a way. So we need to look at nature and providing the things that we need to help our body to heal and to bring our body back into balance. So don't freak out if you've been told you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I know it can be very traumatic for a lot of women. I understand it's extremely stressful. So some of the symptoms also goes along with irregular or heavy periods, acne, facial hair, hair loss, increased belly fat, increased levels of testosterone. Also look at there's a lot of diets out there that you want to look into. Go with a low glycemic diet. That could be anywhere from keto to paleo. Look at flexitarian for some. Mediterranean may be helpful for PCOS. Also look at chromium picolinate, zinc and selenium. All of these nutrients are vital for you to help improve insulin resistance. All of these things are going to work in various levels of the body. Chromium picolinate helps to remove excess insulin, pulls it out of the bloodstream. Zinc is needed by your thyroid gland. It's also needed for sugar metabolism. Selenium is needed by your liver for thyroid hormone conversion of T4 to T3. All of these things are related together, and you want to make sure that you're getting all the nutrients that you need to try to reverse this condition. Also, fix the gut. Healthy gut bacteria normalizes estrogen and hormonal metabolism. A healthy gut, high quality probiotics, you need to take them every single day. Probiotics are not just made to take if you are taking an antibiotic. You need to take them every single day because you want to balance out your gut bacteria. You want 85% healthy bacteria to 15% bad bacteria. That's considered a perfect balance. So you want to keep that in mind because the hormones in our body, especially in women with estrogen, you've got to clean up the liver, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment, as well as the colon. You don't want to reabsorb those estrogens back in the body. You want to get plenty of exercise, 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day is great to improve more movement to the body. Also helps with hormonal health. Reduce your stress. Increased cortisol levels are very, very common with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Look at taking things like look at phosphatidylserine. It's a brain nutrient. You can take it in the morning. You can take it at bedtime. Lowers cortisol levels within 30 minutes to an hour. If you're deep into the anti-aging circles like I am, you know about a nutrient called GH3. It's been around 60 years. GH3 is actually available from one of my sponsors, herbalultra.com. The clinical research states that GH3 lowers cortisol levels, and it does. I take it twice a day. Can lower cortisol levels within 30 minutes. It works that effective, but you do want to take GH3 on an empty stomach if you're going to take it for cortisol lowering properties. Also, there was a study back in 2010 on the maitake mushroom. And a portion of that maitake mushroom, many of you may have seen like maitake D fraction. Well, there's another one called maitake SX fraction, which has shown in clinical research that it induces ovulation for women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Many doctors will use certain types of drugs to help induce ovulation with that condition. But in the natural sense, maitake SX fraction will do the same thing, and you can find that at Mushroom Wisdom. Go to mushroomwisdom.com to look it up. There's a lot of research on this herb, and in this case, not only does it help in normalizing glucose metabolism, the number one cause of polycystic ovarian syndrome, it also helps to induce ovulation for the same condition. So look up maitake SX fraction for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now let's get into some fibroids. A lot of you ladies out there, you send me emails. You're just, what do I do with fibrocystic breast? What do I do with fibroids and cysts in the areas of the ovaries and the uterus? What do I do? Well, I'm going to tell you what you can do. Number one, this is twofold. Number one, you want to avoid caffeine. Caffeine increases the formation of fibrous tissue and will increase the water content within those fibroids or cysts and make them grow. So you want to avoid caffeine because caffeine can cause that problem. The remedy is if you have fibroids caused by caffeine, you want to take vitamin E, you want to take sunflower lecithin, because this will help the fibroids to dissolve, and it works as long as the problem is caused by caffeine. If the nutrients don't work over time, then your problem is not caffeine, it's a hormonal problem. So what do? First of all, you want to take fish oil every single day. You want to add vitamin D3. I would take at least 5,000 international units a day. Take B vitamins, B complex, or multivitamin. All of these will help to balance out the estrogen. Look at adding, again, the calcium and the magnesium that I talked about earlier. You want to add probiotics to improve that gut health, because you've got to improve estrogen metabolism even from the gut to prevent old estrogens that have been pushed out of the liver to the colon to be removed from the body. If they're not removed and you have constipation, those old toxic estrogens will reabsorb into your body, wreaking havoc. And that can be simply causing the fibroids, believe it or not. Just making sure your liver is clean and your colon is clean can prevent excess old estrogens from reabsorbing into the body, leading to hormonal imbalances. Again, you want to look at vitamin E. You want to take turmeric root. That's an anti-inflammatory, also an anti-cancer nutrient. You want to look into N-acetylcysteine, which converts to glutathione in the liver. Two areas of the body in which you find high levels of glutathione, that's the liver as well as the lens of the eye. Green tea and selenium, those are other nutrients you want to look into for hormonal balance if you are dealing with fibroids. Again, the omegas. Look at look at GLA, borage oil. Borage oil is a fantastic fatty acid for women. It's great for skin, but it also helps to balance out the sex hormones. The added benefit of borage oil is to take it at bedtime. Borage oil that contains 240 to 320 milligrams of GLA will actually help you sleep better. So when you read the labels at the natural health store, look at the bottle and look on the back, and even though it says borage oil on the front, look on the back and it says GLA content. It should say 240 to 320 milligrams. And what that will do is that will improve skin health. It will balance out your hormones, but also corrects any sleep disturbances caused by hormonal imbalances. And it works very well if you have fibroids or ovarian or uterine cysts. Also look at taking proteolytic enzymes. Proteolytic enzymes are protein digesting enzymes that you would take on an empty stomach. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, fibroids, they all have this protective protein coating. Cancer cells have a protective protein coating. So what you do is you take proteolytic enzymes on an empty stomach, and then what that does is it breaks down that protective coating, so that way your immune system comes in and destroys those bad pathogens and removes that debris from the body. You could look up proteolytic enzymes and cancer therapy and really get a great in-depth definition on how powerful that therapy is for abnormal growth in the body. In fibroids, well, that's an abnormal growth. So proteolytic enzymes do work very, very well, so look into that. Now let's talk about endometriosis. This is becoming too common in women today. Women are getting hysterectomies because of the endometriosis is so bad. So what can you do naturally? Well, first of all, endometriosis is made worse by excess estrogens and prostaglandins. These estrogens are hormones which encourage growth in the body. In this case, the endometriosis cells that are found in the wrong place in your abdominal area. Also, the prostaglandins, these are hormone-like substances that can act in a positive or a negative way, but with inflammation, clotting, and even pain. So we want to look for solutions. Yesterday, I mentioned the herb milk thistle extract. And when you take milk thistle extract on a daily basis, what you want to do is add a Chinese herb called burplurum. I only know of one company that even offers this. So look up the name Burplurum Liver Cleanse online and order it. It works. But what does Burplurum do for those with endometriosis? Well, it will help to increase the metabolism of protein and fatty acids in the body. It will help the liver to break down excess estrogens and prostaglandins and then allow the body to flush them out properly. That means flush them out of the liver and get them out of your colon. So with Burplurum, you want that the liver and the digestive tract will work very closely together, which is what you have to do. So many people today have digestive issues because their liver is no longer part of the equation. You have to bring the liver in to your digestive process. That's why we need bile to digest fats properly. So with the liver, it helps to detoxify with what's in your liver and also what's in your colon. So it helps to remove all the excess estrogens and the prostaglandins, stagnant blood. If you look up Chinese medicine, they talk about using Burplurum by removing stagnant blood in the liver, because in Chinese medicine, the liver is extremely important and you need to keep it clean and detoxified. Ladies, if you have taken birth control pills your whole life, if you've been on hormonal replacement therapy, antibiotics, any type of medications, your liver is toxic. And think about this. You have so much old estrogen circulating in your body. If it's in your liver, it's going back into your body. Once you push it out of the liver by using milk thistle and Burplurum and get that crap into the colon, you want to get it out of the colon. And for some of you, you're dealing with constipation, and the problem with constipation is you're reabsorbing that excess estrogen that's causing a problem, and you don't want those problems. You know, I hear so many women complain that they can't get their hormones in balance. Well, first of all, clean the liver, clean the colon, and you may see that getting hormonal balance is a lot easier. We have got to get the junk out so it's not disrupting what we're trying to do by improving our overall health. So Burplurum and milk thistle and also sunflower lecithin is a triple threat, basically helpers to the liver and the colon. Also, Burplurum has antiviral properties, so I want you to know about that. Also has an anti-inflammatory action, stimulates pain-relieving substances in our body like the corticosteroids from the adrenal glands. So think about that. So if you're dealing with pain, Burplurum works in that area as well. And again, Burplurum breaks down high fats in the liver along with the sunflower lecithin. Milk thistle improves bile flow. All of these important, again, to remove the fats and the old hormones out of the liver to the colon and out the colon. And let me tell you something. Once that happens, you're going to see that your skin conditions clear up. Mentally, you're going to feel better. Hormonally, you're going to feel like a new person. Another added benefit of Burplurum is that it inhibits the growth of liver cancer cells. This is why we want our liver clean. We don't want those toxins being in our liver leading to worse problems. Basically, Burplurum is an overall herb, and you want to look again for a product called Burplurum Liver Cleanse. It's spelled Bupleum. Also helps in the areas of cholesterol level. When you break down high fats of the liver, your cholesterol level should get better. Also, if you've ever injured your liver, Burplurum works very well for that as well. Now let's move on to partial and complete hysterectomies. The focus here is to maintain hormonal balance with the loss of the ovaries. So you want to focus on adrenal health. You want to focus on gut health to maintain hormonal balance. When a woman becomes 41 years of age, her hormone production from her ovaries starts to shift to the adrenal glands. So there's a minor hormonal changes going on, and all of a sudden the woman's like, okay, what's going on here? I don't feel like I did when I was 39. Gee, you hit 40 and everything goes downhill. It's because the changes of your hormonal production is going from your ovaries to your adrenals. So you now want to start nourishing the adrenal glands and help them to be strong and healthy, because now they're being told, okay, the ovaries are going to be retiring in 10 years and you two adrenal glands are going to take over their job. At the same time, I want you to maintain perfect peace into this person's body. So stress and the changes of your hormone production is going to wreak havoc in your body. So we want to bring balance and strength to the adrenal glands. I like using eleuthero root, which is normally called Siberian ginseng. Taking eleuthero root strengthens the adrenal glands, protects the adrenal glands from stress, environmental stress, mental stress, physical stress. You want to take vitamin C, and you want to take vitamin B5, which helps to protect and strengthen the adrenal glands. You also want to look into the best hormone herb. Now, I mentioned chaste berry, which is a great hormone herb out there, but the king of hormonal balance belongs to an herb from Peru called maca root. You can find it in a powder. You can find it in capsule form here in America at a natural health store. Do the powder. Take a teaspoon every single morning. This will increase your energy and your endurance. It will can help relieve chronic fatigue syndrome if you have hypothyroidism, improve sexual function in women and men, enhances fertility in both women and men, reduces hormonal dysfunction during menopause and andropause, regulates hormonal irregularities, especially ladies, if you've had a hysterectomy of some sort. Maca is your best friend. You have a partial or complete hysterectomy, then what happens is the doctor puts you on hormonal replacement therapy, and you're thinking, well, I still don't feel good. You need to take maca root every single day. You will feel so much better in 7 days. That's how powerful maca is. It doesn't contain hormones. It just contains plant alkaloids that brings balance to a woman's body. You could take 1,000 different women with 1,000 different hormonal problems and give each single one of them maca root, and that maca root will work on every single woman as an individual to correct any imbalances in their endocrine system. That's how powerful maca is. Maca strengthens the adrenal glands. It has better calcium than milk does to build up strong bones. To me, maca root is nature's hormonal replacement therapy. No one can do it better. It's better than HRT. It's better than bioidenticals for most part. Maca works in every single woman I've ever seen take it. And I mean, I've had women complain about hot flashes and sleep disturbances and mood swings and no energy. In 7 days, they're like, wow, what happened? It's like a complete change over here just by taking maca root. So keep that in mind. Maca also relieves depression caused by hormonal imbalance, reduces anxiety and stress, improves blood flow, gives your skin a more youthful appearance. Maca can actually help your hair grow back. Ladies, I know that when we talk about hormonal issues, a lot of you are talking about hair loss now, which is unheard of. But think about some of these things that I've talked about today and try them. You may find that your hair actually grows back. And I know that maca, there's a lot of clinical studies that show maca reversing hair loss in women. If you have a problem with anemia, maca works very well in that area. But maca can be used as an overall hormonal herb. Perimenopause, menopause, PMS, infertility, you name it, use maca. Maca is fantastic. Even teenage girls could use maca. Men and women with infertility problems. Maca corrects fertility naturally. Take zinc and vitamin E, both of you, if you're trying to conceive. So think about those things. I'm going to put this whole list on my website at drwardbond.com in about the next 10 minutes. Go on there, read the whole list. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I always answer the comments on my website. Or if you have an idea for a live show when it comes to what type of health topics you would like me to cover, send me an email at questions@drwardbond.com, and I'll be glad to look at your suggestion and see what we can do about answering your question here on the live broadcast. Catch the replay of this broadcast and spread it around social media. You'll find it at youtube.com/drwardbond. So I want to thank you today. I want to thank all of my sponsors, Herbal Ultra, Bright Core Nutrition, Carlson Labs, Mushroom Wisdom, and Pure Essence Labs for their fine products. Again, go see drwardbond.com. Look up all of my sponsors, visit their website, buy their products, and I will see you again tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time. So again, I'll leave you with this. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. And again, I'm Dr. Ward Bond, and remember, something spectacular happens when you treat your body right. Have a blessed day, everyone.